Hello and welcome to the UK and Ireland Minnesota Vikings Fan Club podcast. I am your host and fan club president, Big Deal Rich, and I am joined by the original trilogy, Vice President and all-round nice guy, Mr. John McDonald, and our brand new shiny, everyone loves him, charity lead, Mr. Reece Field. Say hello, gentlemen.
Hello, gentlemen.
Hello, gentlemen.
Hello, gentlemen, indeed. What we're going to go through on this episode, we had a small game against the New York Giants yesterday. Reece, I'm sure you're going to take us round the grounds. The NFL still continues to surprise us this season with teams that are supposed to win games that don't win games, and teams that are not supposed to win games winning games. So we'll go around the grounds and see what is happening in the NFL this week. Like I say, we're going to go and have a look at what happened in the Giants game yesterday. Everyone is considering we won, everyone's a bit miserable. So we'll see what happened in that game. We're going to talk about Christmas. It's Christmas. And we're going to be kind to ourselves. And this is probably going to be the last episode of this year. So we will pick ourselves back up next year. But that means we've got to talk about Christmas. What we're going to get for Christmas. What do we want for Christmas? Reece is going to round us off with a Christmas poem, I believe, before we start talking our preview of the Lions game, which I'm sure everyone is very much looking forward to. So let's get straight into it. Reece, can you take us round the grounds, please?
Yes, so the LA Rams and the Seattle Seahawks play probably the best Thursday night football game of all time, with a hilarious 2-point conversion. Who knew that you could throw the ball backwards and get batted by a lineman, hit the ground, the refs blow the whistle, you pick it up in the end zone, and it still counts? No one did, but yes, that's the rule. Anyway, the Philadelphia Eagles on Saturday knocked out the Cowboys from playoff contention, beating the Washington Commanders 29-19. Chicago came back from quite a way down against the Green Bay Packers, of course without Micah Parsons now, 16-22 to Chicago. Sunday, the 6 p.m. slate saw Tampa Bay fall to Carolina. Carolina have taken control of the worst division in football. Buffalo beat Cleveland, just. Buffalo apparently will make the playoffs, I guess. The LA Chargers continue just to cut through anyone they want to when it suits me in fantasy, so I'm happy for that. 34-17. The New York Jets got demolished by the New Orleans Saints, 29-6. The Vikings and Giants played a football game, if you can describe it as that. The Kansas City Chiefs lost with they lost Minshew to an ACL, so another KC quarterback goes down with injury. They also lost to Tennessee Titans 9-26 with some very shady referee calling, which Vegas was probably very happy about. Cincinnati went crazy, 45-21 against Miami, and then I am going to have to go and scroll through ESPN because Tom has not put the rest of the results in. So I was flying through this, so you're going to have to bear with me.
Who we got
Everyone,
left? I might know him.
Filibust.
Atlanta, Arizona. I think Atlanta won that game. Jacksonville, Denver. Jacksonville won that game. Pittsburgh, Detroit. Pittsburgh won that game.
Oh, yes, got it. Right. Okay, so Falcons 26, Cardinals 19. Raiders lost again to the Texans 21-23. The Steelers won against the Detroit Lions 29-24 with DK Metcalf punching a fan in the face. They're describing it as a shove. That's not a shove. You don't shove someone with a closed fist. And the Patriots beat the Ravens, securing their first playoff berth since 2021, 28-24. And then we have a Monday night game between the 49ers and the Colts. I have no idea.
Voice gets at the minute.
I have no idea who's playing at quarterback for either team anymore. But I'm going to say the 49ers will win this one 24-7.
Yeah, I think it's Rivers Purdy. I think Purdy is back for that game. And Kittle seems to be in a little vain run of form. But
all I care about is that in that game is that Taylor gets a couple of yards.
I was going to say, I wondered if anyone has been
I need
semi-final with a certain running back.
I need 10 points from Taylor to win my fantasy match this week.
I'll let you have. Go on.
He's done me well this year.
Yeah. I'll let you have 10 points. I got knocked out of one of my fantasy leagues last night in the semi-finals. Well done to Paul at work. The other game, Tarek, who traded away his first, second, third, and fourth round pick for next year to try and buy it this year, is I think 30 points away with Kittle and who's the Colts running back, Taylor, in his team. So he needs 30 points out of those two players tonight to get through. So I because I do love Tarek, he's a really nice guy, but because he's traded away everything next year, I would quite like to see him not win that game tonight. So if Taylor, I'd give you 10 points, he can have 10, and if Kittle just gets injured in the first quarter, then I think that makes everyone happy. So we'll go with that result. Again, what is happening in the NFL? The Bills, who we thought were good, only just beat the Browns, who are terrible. The only certainty is that you have to pay taxes, you will die, and the New York Jets are absolutely dreadful at football. That is an absolute dead cert. Again, cementing the fact that I am still better at football than Justin Fields. Few other things that happened in the NFL last night. I didn't know whether the Lions were... Are they just super injured, or are they just not good anymore? I didn't think the Steelers were great, but
both.
Yeah, they turned it. I actually enjoyed that last play of the game. Did everyone see it?
Yeah.
Weird pass interference, which means
he was trying to get pass interference, and he ended up
weird.
catching it and just walking into the end zone because he was untouched. Yeah.
So that was a bit weird. I still don't know. The Patriots could only just squeak past a Lamar-less Ravens, so I don't know if you assume that they're still pretty good. The Broncos lost, so they're not good anymore. Jacksonville won, but I refuse to believe they're good. It's just all a bit weird. The Titans won a game. Minshew, it's just been reported actually that he's had a scan and he's not torn his ACL, which is good news. But he is still injured and probably will miss the last 2 games of the season. Yeah. So we'll see where Minshew ends up next. I don't know if he's contracted for more than a year. He usually isn't contracted for more than 6 months. So I'm assuming he's going to be on a different team next year. It's just a very, very odd situation. Before we go into the Giants game, has anyone got any preview predictions of what is going to happen in the playoffs and the Super Bowl this year?
No, not at the moment. I don't want to touch it. I don't want to touch it until we knock out Green Bay in the last week of the season.
It's an interesting thing that I'm thinking maybe both LA teams will host a championship game, and since they share a stadium, that game means one game will be played on the Sunday and one game will be played on the Monday.
That'd be fun.
That's always the way, isn't it? I think it's Saturday.
No,
Sunday.
They're both played on the Sunday.
Oh.
The championship games are both played on the Sunday.
Oh, okay.
So this goes back to this has only maybe occurred once before. The NFL had to make provisions for this when both New York teams were heading towards the playoffs and looked like they could be top seeds. Yes, Jets were once good. It was only one season, but
well, the one season that the Jets made the Super Bowl, the Giants did. The playoffs, the Giants did too. Goodness.
Yeah.
Right, I guess we should probably get onto our knee-jerk reactions though, because otherwise we're out of time on the channel.
Yeah, John, I'm coming to you first. Knee-jerk reaction to that game last night.
The first half was all right. And then the second half was, oh my god, that was painful to watch. It was just a slogfest, really, wasn't it?
I couldn't get excited at all for the vast majority of that game. Even I know you say in the first half was all right, but only because it was compared to the second half, which was absolutely dreadful football. Reece, what was your knee-jerk reaction to that game?
Thank God I only paid 99p to watch it.
Yeah, and that's an overpay.
Yeah, I want that money back to Zone. Yeah, there's nothing to add. Just a woeful game of football. I mean, it was halfway through the second quarter. I said to Tom, I've got a page worth of notes here for Skull to the Sofa, and nothing's happened. I'm going to struggle to write about this, and well, it's going to be fun. I mean, it was fun to write in the end. It always is, because I got to rant about everything without you to interrupt me. So, woo.
Wait, there's no interruptions at the minute, mate. If you want to have a proper rant, what I do, obviously, I don't think us three have been on the show together for a while, and I'm still well on the bus of you've got two options. Either the organisation believes so much in Kevin O'Connell's scheme, they have to go out and find a quarterback that can play it. Bearing in mind, he's had about 7 and maybe 2 have been able to play it, but none of those have delivered a playoff win. Kirk Cousins, Sam Darnold, probably been able to play the scheme.
That's what you'd expect, though, considering the other options are Nick Mullins and Josh Dobbs.
And JJ McCarthy and Carson Wentz.
Carson Wentz is just... Carson Wentz still thought he was like a teenager and hurt himself doing it. We'll find out. I'm sure we'll find out in the off-season. 80 days until Jameis Winston signs for the Vikings.
You think?
I would love it if it was Jameis Winston. That'd be fun. At least when McCarthy gets hurt every 4 games, we'll have fun in the 5th game where he's not playing.
Jacoby Brissett is
under
doing
contract.
Oh, is he?
Contract.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I thought you might have looked that up. Yeah, it's just been. It's just I like I say, it's either I think it's one or the other because KOC is not going to step back from offensive play calling. So you either find someone to run his scheme, or you say goodbye and you find a coach that can play a JJ McCarthy scheme. Because I've seen enough out of him to think that he can make good NFL decisions. His mechanics are horrible to watch sometimes, and lead him into trouble of concussions and smashing his hand against stuff and all sorts of ridiculousness. The big question now, I think what we were thinking was, well, this question will get answered in the next 3 games because we've got Giants and Lions and Packers, and if he's looking all right, then we'll probably roll with him again next season. The problem is he's probably going to miss the last 2 games now because his hand's looking like a balloon, even though it's not broken. But that's quite important to have a hand when you're playing quarterback. And it poses the question, 7 healthy games in 2 seasons is not a good look for a new quarterback.
9, is it not?
Oh, I read 7 today. I can't remember exactly how many he's played.
I think we've had 9 now.
Did 2 games did he go out of, though?
Yeah, I was gonna say it probably counts as yesterday doesn't count as probably as a full game.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, makes sense.
So I still don't know the answer. I'd be interested to understand your guys' thoughts.
I'd expect him back for the Green Bay game.
You think?
You've got a long rest between now and the Green Bay game. We play Brosmer for the Green Bay game, the Lions game on Christmas Day, and then
Christmas.
And what did we think of the Bro Show last night?
Better.
It was a well-run scheme by KOC. The plays were good, so it was literally, I don't trust you with the ball in your hands, just hand it off to Aaron Jones.
The thing is, when we need him to make a throw, though, he made a throw. I think that's the other thing. He was the ball came out quick and it was accurate. It was what we expected against Seattle, but we didn't get. The only thing that was accurate was at throwing to the opposition in that game. But this time, ball came out fast, on target, on time, and I mean, great throw down the sideline. Outside the numbers for Jefferson to do that signature toe track to sort of secure the game, really. So positives, and considering how injured Detroit is, maybe it's not a foregone conclusion this weekend. Thursday. Christmas on a Thursday.
Before we get into this, let's have a little discussion about our a wide receiver who's played really well this year for us. Do we sign him again?
Well,
Naylor.
Jalen Naylor. He's. I was going to say, if we're doing boy done good, boy done bad, he was going to be my boy done bad this week because he had 2 drops that turned into interceptions.
Yeah, but he scored the touchdown, didn't he? No,
that was Justin Jefferson this week. Yeah.
No, it was JJ.
Wrong JJ.
JJ ran it in, but
I think
how Addison didn't pull that in the end.
Addison is leading the NFL in drops this year, so I think it's going to be interesting because we start the season saying that Jordan Addison, despite his shortcomings in character, makes up for it in his footballing ability and has done nothing but drop the ball all season. Naylor came in playing for a contract and has looked serviceable. I think that's probably the word for it.
Well,
Yeah,
secure number 2 at least.
Good enough to be a number 2 on quite a lot of teams. I think the other thing we've got to remember though is Jordan Addison's going to be playing for a contract next year. You could be getting,
or he might be playing somewhere else next year.
Not this again. We haven't got we haven't got enough time on the channel to do the recording of that length.
Trade him to the Bengals, yeah.
For Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
I think there's a discussion to be had.
They need receivers at the Bengals, don't they?
I think the Bills do as well. You know, if you look at, they've got Cook, who Alan described yesterday as the best running back in the NFL. I don't know if I think that might be a little bit of a stretch, maybe top 5, but they don't possess a wide receiver that can catch the ball. If you put Jordan Addison into that team, he instantly becomes a very good wide receiver 1. So there's teams out there that take him, and there's teams out there that trade good value for him. I don't know if it's a bit season too early or whether we're thinking actually we've still got another rookie year quarterback contract. But then again, we might not have another rookie year quarterback contract. So all discussions for the off-season. Personally, I do think that Naylor's done enough to earn himself a spot on our team, whether it's this team. There's too many questions. Too many questions about what our roster is going to look like next year, unfortunately, to answer the Jalen Naylor question today.
Mm-hmm.
So, boy done
Let's
good.
get into our boys done good and boys done bad then, shall we?
John, do you want to go first?
Well, let's face it, there was only one really boy done good last night, really, wasn't there? And that was Aaron Jones. I think we've all got exactly the same, haven't we?
Aaron Jones Sr.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
He epitomised tough football last night.
Definitely.
It was the put me in coach at the end of the game when he was like, oh yeah, well I could have come out because I'm hurt. Instead, run the first down. And the first down celebration, he celebrated it like it had secured like a championship berth, let alone just a 7-win season.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, this is what happens when you scheme stuff towards your strengths, KOC. Playing in 13 personnel instead of constantly playing in 11 personnel with running backs there. Sorry, you play in 13 personnel. You're doing pretty well there. And the running game works when we play in 13 personnel.
You can sense it from it though, where he's like, I hate this. I hate running this. I hate running this offensive scheme where I've got to run the ball all the time. Whereas I've got an idea of perfect football, and this is not it. But if it wins you games, that's what you got to. That's the main aim at the end of the day.
That's it.
Boy done bad then, John. You got enough to pick from.
I don't even want to. I don't even want to get into that, to be honest. It was just the broadcast is just putting that dismal display on. It was just awful. Everything in that game was just absolutely awful. I just can't. Yeah, it was just a terrible game to watch.
Tough to watch. Tough to endure. Our run defense is shocking. However, we have not let a passing touchdown for 3 games now. Actually, that's good.
Games, I think it's
6 games? It's 6 games. I must have read wrong earlier today. But that is, I mean,
surely we didn't get run over every single time against Seattle or Los Angeles or whoever it was. Was that really that long ago?
I swear I remember. I swear it's like the record's like 8, and I swear I saw it 6 today.
Goodness. Like,
I mean,
miss the playoffs and break a passing touchdown record.
Yeah, it's a Super Bowl. It's a Super Bowl, or at least playoff contending, considering how bad our secondary has been as well. Defense this year. It's just a shame we couldn't back it up on offense this year, which has been sort of the story of our season, I suppose. It's, I mean, we're going to go into a Lions game now, obviously playing Max Brosmer. We're going to see the Bro Show on Christmas Day, which is Merry Christmas to everyone, wearing my brand new Gophers hat.
Snoopy the dog.
Snoop the dog.
Well, I was going to say, I think the thing I'm most looking forward to the halftime show is Snoop Dogg and Huntrix from K-pop Demon Hunters. If that doesn't get you excited, nothing will. I'm tempted just to turn in for the halftime show. I watched Doctor Who special for the first half, turn into the halftime show, and then see how Max is doing. No, obviously I'm going to watch the game. It's the whiteout kit, so if you've got your whiteout kit, unfortunately JJ McCarthy won't be playing, but we are in whiteout, so remember to join in at home and wear your whiteout kit. But yeah, Snoop Dogg and K-pop Demon Hunters, I'd be tempted to fly out just to watch that. I suppose we've done boy done good, we've done boy done bad. We've sort of, I don't want to dwell too much on what was a very disappointing game, but I think we have to sort of talk about the reasons why it was so disappointing. There was a little bit in our chat today in terms of what has been the most disappointing win in recent times for the Vikings. Some people suggested the 3-0 in Vegas, which I understand because it was just a god awful game. Whereas this game, was it so disappointing because JJ's hurt again and we just don't really know what's going to happen now. It's just more fuel for the off-season chatter.
If you're comparing the two, I think this is more disappointing because when we were watching the Vegas game, it was Aidan O'Connell against Josh Dobbs / Nick Mullins, backup quarterbacks, and all the starting players on defense were available. Like, that's the other thing. Like, we saw that defense firsthand from the Vikings. We knew how good it was, and it only just lost to Chicago when, that ugly mess happened with the Passionate turning the ball over like crazy. But this one here was like, oh yeah, we've got the two starting quarterbacks, both first-round picks, I think they were, or deserved starters for their rosters, and they were just woeful. I mean, was McCarthy woeful? I mean, if you take the stat line, you take the interception off of him that Naylor dropped, you take the touchdown that Jordan Addison should have brought in, you're probably, 40 yards more passing, 2 touchdowns and no interceptions. And then, of course, the horrendous fumble to end it all, but still.
I thought JJ McCarthy was what I expected him to be, which was a serviceable NFL quarterback. That's all we wanted him to be.
Injured.
Well, that's the problem.
I wouldn't call him serviceable if he's always injured.
Well, that's the problem, because when we came into the season, that was the line. We all just wanted, just as long as he's a serviceable NFL quarterback, then our skilled players on offense and the defense will take care of everything enough to be able to get us over the line into the playoffs and then see where we go from there. And then he'll have had a season under his belt. Everyone will be like, oh yeah, well done, JJ McCarthy. You've managed to lead us into some sort of playoff berth or very close to. That was the line at the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
But he's shown he can be an NFL quarterback but the data sample is so small because he can't stay healthy. So I just don't know what's going to happen now.
The other concern is that the teams he has looked very good against, or good enough against, with the exception of the Detroit Lions, where that was just a great game of football. The last 3 games, the Washington Commanders, awful, they've checked out. New York Giants, same, they've checked out. And then Dallas Cowboys, probably one of the worst defenses in football in the last 5 to 10 years.
Okay, if you're saying that, Reece, does that mean we just say any game he wins next season doesn't count because they're all awful teams?
Well, no, because there's every chance that we could.
We're playing 4th place schedule. I mean, the only decent teams we're looking at playing next year.
That's not a certainty though, because the
Bro might beat the Lions.
Might beat the Lions.
Yeah,
could be third.
Bro might beat the Lions. Yes, and our run defense might stand up against 2 of the best running backs in the league. Yes, you're right. That is definitely going to happen.
All we need to do is tie and then beat the Packers and have Detroit lose.
It's just
you're living in a fantasy world, guys.
I mean, the thing is, who he beats next season, I would say, it doesn't matter because he plays for. I mean, you still have to play an entire division of the AFC.
I was literally going off your logic. You saying, no. You were saying it was only because he'd beaten poor teams. I'm saying we're playing a lot of poor teams. We're going to be playing a lot of poor teams next season. So are you going to discount all his wins he's going to get next season?
Not all of them. If he can beat teams like Green Bay, like Detroit, like Chicago, who are going to be in the division, we're going to play an entire another division in the AFC and the NFC. So, yes, you play three other fourth place teams and the team in the AFC that had the same positional ranking issue. But that's 4 out of 17 games.
And I believe we play the South next year, NFC South next year as well. So that's another.
Okay, so 4-3 wins. Woo!
So that's another 4. That's what I mean.
All right.
It was just going off the logic of you saying, "Oh, you can't really look at that as wins because he's playing against bad teams."
It might not even be JJ McCarthy. He might lose a quarterback battle to Mac Jones in training camp, for all we know. Don't pull your face like that. Mac Jones has looked good this season, and we all know that quarterbacks go through San Francisco for a season, come to Minnesota and look even better.
And win 14 games.
Yeah, win 14 games or become someone who can sell quite a lot of Josh Dobbs T-shirts.
But I think John has got a really good point, because I've said this season that Caleb Williams is toilet. And regardless of the 2 or 3 throws that he's actually been able to make, I mean, look at last night's game. I think he completed 19 out of 30 throws. In fact, it was worse than that, 19 out of 40 odd throws last night. Still managed to win the game because they have adapted their offense to what they're good at, which is the ground game. And I'm still dismissing him as a decent quarterback because I'm thinking he's just playing rubbish teams and they've got a bit of momentum. So I completely understand what John's saying, because I've written Caleb Williams off as being a bit of a fraud because he's been playing such a bad schedule this year. I suppose if we can't then come back next year, or I can't come back next year and then say, if JJ McCarthy wins 10 games, what a quarterback, he's going to go down as a legend, because he's got to do it against proper teams. And Caleb Williams has to do it in the playoffs now. He can't do that through the season and then go to the playoffs and bomb out, because people will just say he's poor.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, he shows flashes. That's the thing. Like, it's the same with McCarthy. You see flashes and you go, this guy could be really good. And it's frustrating when he then airmails the next 3 passes, and that's what Caleb Williams is. The throw to win the game, ridiculous. Like, absolute ridiculous throw. And it's the same as we were saying last week with McCarthy against the Cowboys. Absolutely ridiculous throw there to throw the one to Naylor, put it where only his guy can get it in somehow a really tight window. But then you just get games like this and stupid things. My biggest concern with JJ McCarthy is he doesn't seem to look after himself. He does silly hurdles into the end zone. He dives head first. He doesn't slide. And he now, twice this season, has refused to take himself out of the game to get proper attention for an injury. And it's been at the detriment of the team. He did it against the Falcons when you were there, Rich. He got taped up. Rather than going to the blue tent, he refused. He went out there, was woeful. And then here he gets a knock on the hand. He's trying to play through it and be a hero. He tells everyone after he's had the strip sack. They pinch his hand in one place, and I mean everyone saw that. That was the same thing as when when a small child goes, "Oh no, I've not hurt my leg, Dad," and you poke the leg where it says he's not hurt it, and he realizes he's effed up because he's been caught out. He's hurt himself, and it's just to the detriment of the other 52 guys on the roster that he tried to play through that. That should have been a walkover. And without that strip sack, it was, because the New York offered nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, the defense didn't concede a touchdown, did they?
Yeah. And I won't get into the play calling in that situation and how long it took us to call a screen. 30 seconds at the end of a game to call a screen when he could have just taken a knee and gone in the locker rooms. Anyway, I won't get into that. That's
the same as when everyone complained about Darisaw getting injured last season. The analytics show that you should take that play on that down with that time remaining. A screen is at once that it's low risk. It should. A screen, you either dirt the ball or you complete the pass. And there was McCarthy. He pumps to Jefferson and then tries to dirt the ball. But because he can't hold the ball, when he gets hit, it comes out straight away. Like the slow-mo shows, he throws the pump, doesn't release it. He then wants to dirt the ball, but the ball's coming out by his arms guy. It's just basics of...
Again, I get it, but you can't play the whole game in an Excel spreadsheet at the end of the day. Sometimes you just have to make a sensible decision, get him in the locker room, because the Giants were doing nothing. So we could have gone in. McCarthy still is potentially healthy, and we go from there. Anyway,
no one else knew he was hurt. That was it. That's the annoying thing.
Yeah, I get that. We have gone downward. I think we're all pretty miserable after the game yesterday. It's been a long, tough season. So let's get on to something that gives us all joy, which is Christmas. What are we all
bother with score predictions?
No,
we know it's going to be miserable. We're just going to skip this. Tom's going to be fuming, but.
Yeah, I mean, all right then. I'll tell you what, we'll do a really quick round. If you just tell us what it is, my score prediction for the Lions versus the Vikings is Lions 33, Vikings 14. Reece, tell me what your score prediction is going to be.
Lions 28, Vikings 13.
28. Just because I'm a nice guy as well, I'm filling out TPJ's little sheet so he knows what it is.
He's checked out for holiday already, and he's left us with no scores in the run through. He didn't give any of us editing access apart from you. It's
and John, please can I have your score prediction for the Lions game?
47-12 to
the Vikings.
Detroit Lions.
Max Brosmer solidifies himself as the franchise quarterback.
47-12 to the Detroit Lions.
Right, they're all locked in.
They're going to walk through our defense.
All of those are based on the fact that we all think it's Brosmer playing as well, aren't they? We're not thinking. Yeah.
It's got to be on it. JJ McCarthy just wants his first Christmas with his child, which is understandable, but he didn't have to get smashed up in the process. Like I say, speaking of Christmas, what do we want? Are we, even if it's a gift or if it's just something from the Vikings? John, I'm coming to you first. What do you want for Christmas, mate?
I want another year of Harrison Smith.
Mate, Santa's pretty good, but he ain't going to deliver that. Absolutely no chance. Do you think he's going to come back, or do you think he's...
I'd love another year of Harry, but he's played really well this year, to be honest.
It's tough for that reason.
It's tough. It's going to be sad. It's going to be sad. It's going to be weird watching the Vikings without him on it.
Yeah.
He retires at the end of the season.
It's going to be we thought it was going to be we thought it was a sad day back end of last season, and then all of a sudden a bit like another season of your favorite TV show pops up out of nowhere, and as an absolutely blinding season. It's been nice to send him off on what has been an exceptionally good defense this year. If we don't make the playoffs, obviously we're not going to make the playoffs or make any inroads in the NFL, but it's been nice to see Harrison Smith go out on a high, which I think he will definitely do. Reece, I'm coming to you. What do you want for Christmas?
I don't know if I'm more or less realistic than John. I want a Brian Flores contract extension because that runs out this off-season. And if he doesn't believe in the way our offense is going, he's going to go somewhere that does, like Dallas. He's going to go, I'll be the Cowboys' defensive coordinator, because he's not going to get a head coaching job with the lawsuit, but I don't know. I want a Flores extension because that defense is fantastic.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to beat the drum again. I think that B-Flow is more important to the Vikings organization than Kevin O'Connell at this moment in time. And if you were going to give one of them a stay and then therefore the head coaching job, for me, I'd make the tough decision, and the Wilfs have made tough decisions in the past. I would promote B-Flow, let Kevin O'Connell go, find a dynamic offensive coordinator to be able to play a JJ McCarthy scheme, and then see if it works for you. That'd be my decision. But if we get to keep both of them, looking like a long shot, but if we do get to keep both of them, I appreciate, if B-Flow could sign a contract extension, that would be on most people's Christmas lists, I would have thought, on most people's Christmas lists, because, you're right. We have been lights out on defense this year. What do I want for Christmas? I want a bit of hope. That's me. I want a bit of hope for Christmas, please. I'm not talking about Max Brosmer playing a decent game on Christmas Day, because I think we've all conceded that that's probably not going to happen.
He can play a decent game. He just won't win.
Yeah,
I think we've all agreed that,
Yeah. All right. Let's at least go there. But just some hope. I think we were starting to. What was so disappointed about the Giants game, we were starting to build up a little bit of momentum that actually JJ McCarthy could be our NFL franchise quarterback. Starting to progress, starting to make better decisions. The scheme was slightly adapted to make him look a bit better. It was progressing. It was going in the right direction. We weren't trying to force his mechanics mid-game or halfway through the season. We're just letting him play football, and then we're thinking about we could sort those mechanics out in the off season, all those sort of things, and then he gets hurt. The hope just drains out of your body, and you just don't really know where it's going. So, if Santa could work his magic this year and just bring a bit of hope back, because it's nice when you think that the Vikings are going to do something. And we say it every season. Next season, I'm sure we'll be fine. But it is the hope that kills you. So I will take a little bit of hope for Christmas this year. Thank you very much, Santa Claus. And as we all know, Santa Claus is a Sunderland fan because he wears red and white. So on a side present in the stocking, maybe just a top 10 finish for Sunderland. That'd be quite nice as well, especially a win against Leeds United. Anyway, moving on. Reece, I believe you've got a pre-prepared segment of a beautiful Christmas poem.
I do. I mean, I thought you were going to say Santa Claus was an Arsenal fan because he wears red and white and doesn't deliver in May. Sorry, John.
That was below Santa's belt, I think.
Sorry, yeah, this is.
I'm not going to dignify that with a response. I don't talk to mid-table teams.
Oh, okay. Anyway, yeah, there we go. This has perked us all up. The fact that we're talking about something that isn't the Vikings. Yeah, I have sort of dug myself into a hole by promising something. With a Christmas. I don't know. This one's more of a short story. It's called "The Grinch Who Stole Run Plays." High on Mount Purple, all frosty and high, lived the Grinch, green and grouchy, with a gleam in his eye. His playbook was stacked, his heart slightly askew, and he hated the Skull's joy at the run game, it's true. For running the ball, oh, it bored him to tears. He preferred flashy passes, long gains, and cheers. The Skulls down below, full of holiday delight, were dreaming of touchdowns on Christmas night. They'll run every play, thought the Grinch with a frown. It's boring, it's slow, I must shut it all down. So he hatched a bold plan in the dark of the night. I'll steal all their runs, I'll pass with delight. He snatched every hand off, each sweep and each toss. All the run plays vanished, completely across. The Skulls looked around, their offense unbalanced, but they still stayed cheering, their joy never silenced. Oh joy, it's maddening, the Grinch muttered loud. Passing is fun, it makes me feel proud. But running the ball, oh it's slow and it's grey. I'll steal it and banish it, Christmas away. Yet the Skulls, undeterred, sang their hearts full of cheer. Skull Vikings, they shouted, spreading joy far and near. Even on Christmas Day, as they faced the Lions' roar, their love for the game wasn't just the box score. The Grinch watched in shock, his tiny heart grew, and his ugly green coat turned purple too. He realised that football, for Skulls big and small, wasn't just flashy passing, it was joy after all. So down went the Grinch with his sack for the plays. He returned every run in a jubilant blaze. He called pitch play sweeps and tosses galore. Mixing in passes, the Skulls cheered for more. And from that day on each Christmas game night, the Vikings ran balanced, with their fans felt delight. Even the Grinch, once grumpy and grim, learned running and passing together can win. So remember, dear Skulls, both near and both far, football is joy, no matter who you are. Even a Grinch with a heart once too tight can learn to mix plays and bring fans pure delight.
Big round of applause. Thank you very much. As we all know, that the Grinch is a Packers fan, and it's nice to see him.
Was a Packers fan.
It's nice to see him turn into a Vikings fan. Yeah, I had slight connotations of Kevin O'Connell, maybe in the undertones of that.
Maybe a little bit. Maybe that was my inspiration. Who could tell?
But I do think, to be fair, I do think with Brosmer in the centre, I do think we are going to run the ball quite a lot on Christmas Day. So I'm looking forward to that. Thank you very much, Reece. As always, lovely little story to round off the year. So we've gone over the NFL, we've gone over the Giants game, we've looked forward to the Lions game and to Christmas. Thank you very much, Reece, for your Christmas short story. We're probably just about ready to wrap it up, are we not?
I mean, what else is there to say except for happy holidays, everyone?
Very Merry Christmas to the UK and Ireland Minnesota Vikings fan base, and for fans of the Minnesota Vikings all across the world, compadres in fan clubs all across the nation, inside, outside, all that sort of stuff. John, have you got any Merry Christmases you want to shout out before we wind down the running order?
No, it's just thank you for everyone for supporting the club throughout this long year, for all the support during the Purple Pedal, everyone who's turned up to games and meetups across the years. Yeah, it's been brilliant, and we'll see you next year for a playoff run. Yeah, next year we're going to be talking about playoffs.
It's always our year near next year, mate. It's always our year next year. Reece, you want to round us out by doing the fundamentals?
The fundamentals, if you've liked what you heard, please do email the podcast, ukvikespod@gmail.com. You can message us. All the links to all the socials are in the bios. You can reach out to us on X. Whilst we do not tweet, we do receive messages. We do respond to messages. And yeah, well, you found us. So looking at that little that bio, you'll find everything else you need to know. Of course, as always, please do like, subscribe, rate, review, comment. Anything that you leave behind for us helps us. It helps boost the algorithm. It helps grow the club, and I like the club to grow because it means more people will get involved in charity stuff, and that's my drive now.
Yeah, and I think it would be remiss of me not to thank you again, Reece. For those that have not seen the posts or have not caught up with the news, Reece, with a busy life outside of the club, has decided to step back from his duties as co-president, but slides very nicely into the role of charity lead. We're very thankful that he's still with the club. Thank you very much for everything you've done over the past 2 years, mate. It's been a pleasure working with you. I'm very fortunate to have a very good team around us, and we all, titles this and titles that, but we all put our all into the club and help the community. So it's been fun. Been fun couple of years, mate, and long may it continue. But I think that's about it. So yeah, Merry Christmas to everyone, Happy New Year, and I think we probably should just say goodbye, gentlemen.
Goodbye, gentlemen.
Goodbye, gentlemen.
Goodbye, gentlemen, indeed. Thank you very much for listening to us ramble on. Cheers. Ta-ra.